Let's go ahead and open up for questions. Start on this side.
Just your thoughts on the match, Coach. And it looked like you issued a different formation to start out. Can you talk us through your decision on that?
Yeah, we were in a different formation, but we've played that shape in the last couple games when we've made adjustments. So we've been working on it just to suit some of our attacking players in certain situations. The game is not, you can see our approach to the game was a lot different when a team man marks you all across the field like that and just chases you. It's very, very difficult and unwise just to play short passes out of the back and build the game like we do. So it's really about isolating our playmakers, our front three across the front line, and joining in and using the third man and playing. And we did a really good job of it. I didn't love certain ways how the game was managed. It made it more difficult for us to do that, but you have just to play the game in front of you and make adjustments. So yeah, obviously we had to play formations not as important, but in a different way today to open up our opponent. And I thought we did a pretty good job. And it was two set plays that only give us the point, but I'm very happy with my players with their mental approach.
Nate, you have 10 days before the long away stretch. What are going to be some of the key focus points at training to improve?
Well, the first key focus point is this has been a very, very challenging stretch, mentally, physically, so we're resting for a little bit. This was always a time when the schedule we knew we need to give the guys not just physical rest, but emotional rest. Most people get to go on vacation and we just go. We just keep going for 10 months. It's not easy. And then when we come back, beginning of the week, we know we have 4 away games in a row. It's a challenge that we love, that we like. But I think we're actually a very good road team. We like to play with the ball. We want to dominate, play like a home team. So that challenge is going to be a good challenge for our group. We're going to come together during that time. And I think as long as we perform really well right now, I think this last third of the season will bode very well for us.
You've had some challenging matchups with some important teams as of late, some good matchups with some top teams as well. Going on to this late stretch, what have you learned as far as now coming back home, resting, getting some training sessions in, and not having to go back in? What have you learned about your team with that?
Yeah, I've learned a lot about our team. I've learned a lot about certain individuals that I'm very happy with their development over time. I've learned that we can be flexible and play in different ways when we have to, and that's important for playoffs. And I've learned that we can fight back in every game. Like when our team is behind, you go San Antonio, San Antonio, it's not easy. And I know our team can fight back and always has the plays in us, the mentality in us to fight back no matter what. And so I'm very happy with us. We're building towards the playoffs, and that takes a certain type of mentality. But yeah, this is the hardest stretch of our season right now, and I love how our players are so united and play for each other and are making a lot of little plays.
The 2 subs that came off the bench, they were immediately involved in that scoring play.
Yeah.
You talked about pulling those strings. What'd you like out of them today?
Well, look, yeah, it's very hard to pick an 11. Both Toomey and Adrian can start a game. Sometimes, how we played the first half was with our front 4 was very dependent on certain player profiles. So we needed Elliott, we needed Evan to do certain things. But Toomey and Adrian are just ready, and they're going to start many games for us. But Toomey is an amazing player to change the pace because he's so intelligent. He can see what's happening in the game, and just with a couple little adjustments can change the game. And I'm really proud of Adrian for making that near post run and finishing exactly how we want to.
Yeah, Guido's had a couple of pretty nice games. How important is he coming on, particularly against some of these top teams?
Yeah, I think that was Guido's best game of the year. I think he had a slow start. He's a very important leader for us, very important figure on our team. And I think today he made so many attacking plays. He broke their line so many times, but he was also, I think, one of our best defenders picking up second balls and dueling. So to me, that was the captain's performance. I'm very happy for him. And it's been a bit of a slow burn to get him firing, but now that he is, I think that's huge for us. So we've had a couple injuries in midfield, so we haven't been able to rest guys like Guido and Colin a lot. But he had a wonderful performance, and we need that from Guido. He's our guy, so we need it from him.
Great. Good. I just have one more question on Cam. On his last 2 starts, what have you seen from his progression?
Yeah, look, inside our locker room in our club, Cam is rated very highly. By me, he's rated very highly. I know maybe people don't see all the things that he does. He's actually sneaky athletic, extremely intelligent, excellent teammate, but I honestly think sometimes how good of a person he is overshadows what kind of a footballer he is. And I thought he was incredible today. He had a little bit of a strain there, so we had to pull him off, but he was excellent at right back today, and he's also very valuable to us because he can play like 9 positions. So he's been wonderful, and I'm just happy for him.
Thank you, Coach.
Nate, you've had some injuries during the season. Is it a little worrisome seeing Ronaldo being escorted out on the court?
Well, yeah, it's worrisome because if I need to be careful. If you just let someone get kicked around and there's no ramifications, it's difficult. Yeah, I would love to protect the players. Believe me, I would love that. So, yeah, I would love it for the players to be protected a little bit more. I would. So it would be nice, and it sucks that happens. But, yeah, it'd be nice to get some help.
Thank you, guys.
Right,
Thank you,
thanks,
Coach.
guys. Thank you, Coach.
Result, first goal of the season. Can you talk us through it?
Yeah, it was a
Off the
quick
back.
transition. Nate mentioned at the beginning of the game it was going to be a man-to-man game. They were going to come out and just press us man-to-man. So it was really important for me to lose my man because he was so close to me, and I was able to lose my man and make a forward run. And luckily, Nick was able to find me in the box, and it was just a quick 1-2 touch. And I was able to put it in, finally. Shit.
It was a great performance today from you. Do you feel like since the injury, you've elevated your game back to the top form that we had last season as well?
Yeah, it's a process. I knew I was trying to be patient throughout the whole process, and luckily the coaching staff was patient with me too. You know, it takes time to get back to your form and rhythm, especially after an injury. So people say like usually, oh, in 3 weeks, 4 weeks you're back, but then you have to get the game rhythm again and get those legs. So luckily I think I feel I'm back, and I can continue progressing and getting this level of performance.
Part of that coming back and developing back into the game has been you attacking a lot. We saw it last week, we saw it in those away games today, you're getting those shots off. How important is it to now have that confidence back to get those shots off in those tight windows? And I mean, hitting that crossbar, that is medio gol, obviously.
Yeah, it's exciting again to be able to create for the team. I know it took some time. Like when I started the first couple of games, I would get into good positions, but like I said, I didn't have the legs or the quality to be able to make those plays. And now that I'm feeling good, I'm able to produce those plays, and hopefully I can keep on making the plays and helping my teammates as well.
You said last week it was going to be an intense match, and it kind of lived up to that. Can you talk about like what you thought about the game and what you thought about the referee?
For sure. I mean, I don't want to talk about the referee. I think we all saw that. I think it was a tough match for everyone, including him. It was just, there was a lot of tackles, there was a lot of duels, so it makes it difficult, and I understand that. Hopefully we needed to get a lot more calls for us, and that would have changed the dynamic of the game. But we had to deal with the adversity. And yes, San Antonio is a difficult opponent. I mean, they're the champions for a reason. They're very physical, and you can tell by their game plan. And we knew what to expect, but we were able to do a good job. Unlucky 2 mistakes, but you know that's the game. They punish you.
Yeah, what's the vibe around the locker room? It's been a really tough stretch. San Antonio twice, Sacramento 3 draws. What's the vibe of the locker room right now, going through that kind of gauntlet and coming out with some points?
We're frustrated because we've had really good performances, but little details have definitely not given us the 9 points, and instead we have 3. You know what I mean? So it feels like we had 2 losses and a win. So we're frustrated, but it's really positive because coming out of the game, we feel like we've done a good job. You know, it's one of those where you have a good performance. It's more about performance than the result. And right now that it's frustration, but at the same time, it's positive frustration. Mm-hmm.
¿Qué responsabilidad sientes ahorita ya siendo el capitán del equipo y anotando gol en este partido también?
Sí, siento una gran responsabilidad de ser el capitán definitivamente. Soy uno de los capitanes porque tenemos 4 o 5 y por ahorita yo soy el que tiene la capitanía, pero estamos esperando también a nuestro capitán, que también hace mucha falta.
¿Puedes hablar ahorita de los millajes que tienen las piernas ahorita? Han estado viajando en todo el Estados Unidos. ¿Cuáles son las dificultades y qué son los logros que han hecho en estos tiempos que pues, no pueden entrenar, no están en casa, pero qué son los logros que han hecho como equipo?
Sí, ahorita ha sido una parte difícil y se viene una todavía más difícil, que vamos a estar como un mes sin jugar aquí en el torneo y los vamos a extrañar mucho, pero es parte de la adversidad y creo que va a ser al grupo muy unido y estoy la verdad emocionado también porque voy a estar con el grupo un mes juntos y nos va a hacer más fuerte y cuando regresemos ojalá que podamos enseñarle al torero cómo hemos crecido como grupo.
Nate Miller nos mencionó que van a tener un poco de descanso, tienen 10 días antes de su siguiente partido. ¿Qué hace Alejandro Guido para descansar, para recuperarse en un día que tienes libre?
Me voy a ir con mi esposa a disfrutar. Mi esposa vive en Los Ángeles y yo en San Diego, entonces hacemos ese sacrificio para poder jugar. Entonces ahorita quiero aprovecharlo y poder pasar un tiempo con ella e ir a comer. A mí me encanta comer, entonces pago lo que sea para poder comer una comida. Es lo que voy a hacer. Vean mi Instagram, voy a subir muchas comidas.